When can we progress a movement or a series of movements? The first thing I love to consider is confidence. How do you feel completing the movement? Can you do so with pretty solid form and feel like, hey, I'm feeling pretty good throughout this movement? That is a huge win in itself. So just tuning in to your own intuition and how you're feeling executing the movement. Other thing is pain. Are you having any pain anywhere in the body, anywhere in the pelvis? That is a sign to step back and let's take a look at how you're performing the movement. Can we make any adjustments to your body position, to your breathing, to the amount of tension you're generating in different parts of the body? Maybe there's something that a coach like myself can notice, or if you film yourself, you can see a little tweaks that we can be making to address why this pain is happening and or refer out to a pelvic floor physical therapist. Other thing is peeing. So are you having any leaking while you're doing the movement? And that could be leaking in terms of pee or leaking in terms of feces. Any leaking at all, then we want to take a step back and see why maybe this leaking is happening. Once again, looking at your alignment, your breathing, your tension, just overall strategy for performing the movement. So we have pain, we have leaking, pressure. Do you feel any bulgy sensations in the pelvis, or are you feeling any uncomfortable pressure in any part of your body? Also taking a look at your setup and things we can adjust to adjust the pressure. Maybe from standing, we go to sitting or half kneeling or tall kneeling, just switching up position to kind of address maybe why we're experiencing that pressure and sensation in the pelvis. The last thing is peaking or coning. So coning is that kind of almost ridge-like appearance that appears through the linea alba. And you might notice it kind of almost looks like a little mountain. Typically, it's more noticeable during pregnancy, but postpartum, obviously the tissues are healing and we might be experiencing that coning. There is a difference between coning and more of a bread loaf appearance, which is more kind of through the center, which is basically coning is that kind of ridge-like appearance, and doming is more kind of like our rectus, that six-pack muscle kind of overtaking and doing most of the work, and we're not getting those deep core muscles to kind of fire up. So if you're noticing any ridge-like appearance or any just kind of like tenting through the abdominals, that's just a sign that we're maybe not managing pressure as appropriately as we can be. Maybe we need to dial back the movement. Maybe it's just a little too difficult for us right now until we can get those deep core muscles on board and we can fire everything correctly and control the pressure through the midline. So those are things to consider before progressing. Confidence. How are you feeling in the movement? Do you have any pain, any pressure, any leaking, or any coning through the midline, which is essentially a sign of just kind of mismanaged pressure through the system? Let me know if you have any questions and keep rocking it, mama.